Hi everyone, I'm going to do my current skincare routine for you. I used to do one of these every single season. I don't really know why I stopped. I think I got bored of my own format, but actually I really miss doing it because I almost do these for myself more than anyone else because I like it's like a little diary of how my skin's behaving, what I've been testing out, what I've loved, what I've not loved. And so I'm bringing it back. Like all the good things, they all come back in the end. So, autumn skincare routine. Now, my routine is quite solid and it doesn't really change that much. If you've watched previous skincare routines, then it's normally a cleanse, and in the morning it's antioxidant, and then some kind of hydrating serum or moisturizer, and then sunscreen. And then in the evening, a really good cleanse, and then every other night or every 3 nights, I'll go in with a retinoid. So that's your retinol product, which is just like your wonder ingredient for pretty much everything from fine lines to skin texture to elasticity to whatever. And then on the other nights, I just concentrate on really getting the moisture back into the skin. So that is always my basic routine. However, I like my seasonal skincare routine videos to have a little bit of a theme or a twist, if there is one. And this season's one is basically the fact that my face almost fell off. I don't really know what happened, and I've talked about this on Instagram. I had a stomach bug, and when I came out the other end of it, my skin had gone sort of bumpy and into almost like scales underneath the skin, and it was really unpleasant, and then it went very dry and itchy, and it was almost the kind of reaction you'd get from using a new very strong retinoid. But I hadn't used anything new, nothing was out of the ordinary, and so I pared it all back and I completely simplified my routine, took out any kind of strong actives for about a week or 2, and then just got my skin back on an even keel. And so that's what I want to concentrate on today. Cleansers. 2 of the old favourites that you'll have seen loads of. The Moringa Light Cleansing Gel, that's from Emma Hardy. If you don't get on with the balm, which is very sort of rich and luxurious, this is a lighter version and it's great. It still gets off eye makeup. And then I'm a massive fan of the double cleansing oil from Beauty Pie. And this one sort of warms up the more you massage it in. It's great for getting off makeup. There's no scent to it, and it just feels very luxurious, but isn't luxurious in the old price region. So both of those are quite sort of oily and hardcore in terms of getting all your makeup off and the grime. But quite honestly, I didn't really wear much makeup that week at all. And so most of the time I was using the Kate Somerville Delicate, which I haven't got to hand, which is beautiful, a cream cleanser. This one from Ren, which is also a cream cleanser, and this is the Gentle Cleansing Milk. Both of which I was sort of half dabbing, half wiping off with, you know, those sort of microfiber fluffy flannels rather than a rough flannel, just because my face felt really sensitive. So I was very gentle with the way I cleansed as well. And actually in the mornings, I never do a proper cleanse, and I never have. I just can't be bothered. I normally wipe over with a micellar water or something like that. At best, I'll do a sort of quick, splashy face wash. But I've been using a lot of this. This is the Aveeno toning lotion. It's the toner from their range, but it's not actually a toning lotion in the traditional sense of a toner, because they tend to be quite astringent. This is really more like using a very liquid moisturizer almost to cleanse with. It's not a cleanser. You're not supposed to use it as a cleanser, but I've been using it in the morning as like a wipe over. If I've used like a little gentle cleansing milk or something like that, or just on its own. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm really lazy in the mornings, and so that's what I've been doing. But I've been keeping it very gentle. In terms of serum, when I had my week where I was just trying to get my face back on an even keel, I didn't even really use serums. The one thing I did add in when I felt like I needed a bit of extra hydration, and I really got quite fond of this, it's the Hydration Skin Paste, and this is a number 7 product. Number 7 Laboratories. And it's just really nice. It's really thirst quenching, very light, but you know it's got this cream texture. So you know sometimes you use a hyaluronic serum and it can almost feel quite sticky or tightening, which isn't that pleasant sometimes on very sensitive skin. This just, it goes on as a cream and then it almost melts into this water, and it's really pleasant to use, very comforting. I can highly recommend. I like this a lot, and that's a new discovery. But the 3 creams that I've been sort of alternating, I have done an IGTV, if they're called that, on this. The first one is the Murad Intense Recovery Cream, which is the priciest of the lot, and I find the least user-friendly only because it's in a pot and you have to sort of get it under your nails when you get it out, but it needs to be in a pot because it's this very sort of firm ointment texture. And this is for deep, deep hydration and helping to repair the skin barrier, which is exactly what I needed, basically. And it works really, really well. It feels quite medicinal and reassuring. This one is a little bit cheaper. This is the Medicate, and this is the Ultimate Recovery Intense. This one has actually been designed for post-procedure or post-treatment skin. So if you've gone in for like a really high-grade professional peel or something like that, then this is the kind of thing they're designed to use afterwards. But equally, it's great if you've gone overboard with your retinoids or your acids or anything like that. It's brilliant for just bringing your skin back from the brink. Again, deep, deep hydration and just helping it to sort of protect and repair itself. It's really lovely, that one. And then the other one that I mentioned in my Instagram TV or Instagram video, whatever it is they're bloody called now, I will link to it below, is the Dr. Jart Cica Pair. And this is probably the most user-friendly of the 3 in that it's very, very lightweight. It sinks straight in, you can put it straight underneath makeup. Probably the nicest one for sort of more combination oily skin. However, what I would say is that that one and the Murad both contain shea butter, I think, and lots of people who are spot prone don't get on with that, so that's worth thinking about. And those are the creams that I've been using just because I wanted a more budget-friendly option. It doesn't feel quite so refined and sophisticated as the others, but Aquaphor from Eucerin, if you ever have just the worst cracked, dried up skin and you don't really care about the finish and the texture of what you're putting on, you just want to relieve that dryness, this is amazing. But it's heavy duty. It's sort of like coating yourself in Vaseline, that kind of feel, you know, and it doesn't really sink in that much. So it's something to consider if you hate that kind of feel. But it's a very purse-friendly option for if you just want to put that massive barrier between your skin and the outside world and try and let it sort of repair itself. It's an option. So the retinoids that I have been sort of switching between, and there's nothing really that unusual in this. We've got the Skin+me, which is, I've been doing quite a lot of work with Skin+me. It's like a bespoke skincare service, and you can get stronger strength retinoids than you'd be able to get over the counter through them, and then they post them to you. So you fill out a survey online. Anyway, I've been doing ads with them, so I'll put details of that in the description. So I've been using that a lot. You can use that one daily. Another one that's a favourite of mine, the Kate Somerville Retinol plus Vitamin C, is brilliant. And the Murad one, there's a serum in this range as well, but I tend to always go for the cream for some reason, just because I think it's just because it's like a one step before bed. So both of those, really, really nice. And then, you know, in the times in between, just getting that moisture back in. If I ever do want to do a mask, I've been using loads of this one. This is the SkinCeuticals Hydrating B5 Mask. This is the weirdest texture of any mask that I've ever used. I can only describe it as what it feel like if you had a melted jellyfish stuck to your face, because it sort of doesn't rinse off. It almost repels the water, and so it's actually quite, the jelly just doesn't dissolve. So it's almost like having, yeah, like a very fine layer of melted jellyfish stuck to your face, but it's so hydrating. Lots of masks, you know, they're nice to apply and you feel like, oh, okay, yeah, this is like pampering time or whatever, but you don't feel like it really does that much. This is one of the ones that really does do something in the hydrating camp. There are loads that are brilliant for exfoliating and for like a quick acid peel fix and things like that. They always work really, really well. You know, they've got a shed load of acid in them half the time, and so that's why they can work that quickly. Or, you know, there might be a clay mask for purifying, and again, works really well, and you can see a visible difference in those sort of 10 minutes because the ingredients are really powerful. But with the hydrating ones, I always find they can be a little bit disappointing, can't they? You think, oh, I may as well just put my night cream on. This one, however, different kettle of fish. So that's that. Eye creams, because I do like an eye cream. I know that it's a controversial subject and lots of people say you don't need one. It depends what I'm using on my face. You know, a lot of things I do take up to the eye area and I won't bother with a separate cream. But if I'm using a strong retinoid or, you know, maybe I'm just swiping on an acid before bed, don't want to take it up to the eye area and I still want to treat that area, then I will use an eye cream. And two that I have on rotation at the moment, the ceramide enriched one from Paula's Choice, which is an old favourite, and this one, which is an even older favourite, which is the Strivectin. I've loved this for years and years and years, and they've recently sort of relaunched this one. And it actually comes in a much bigger tube than most eye creams. Most eye creams are 15ml. This Paula's Choice one is actually 15ml, and it's got quite chunky packaging. And if you think the price of this is sort of like slightly, then remember you're getting twice as much as most eye creams. So I'll put all the details for everything below so you can take a look at everything and the prices. But yeah, that's generally what I've been doing to try and ease my face back into feeling sort of clear and healthy. And about a week to a week and a half of that, and it was well back on an even keel. So I think there's a lot to be said for just stripping back the routine and doing less, really, when trouble is brewing. I'll finish off by showing you this sunscreen. Now, it's not a factor 50, which would make it absolutely ideal, but if you're just looking, if you hate sunscreen and you've been looking for one that you just genuinely cannot feel on the skin. This is from Skin Generics and they sell it at Superdrug. I did an ad for them earlier on in the summer. And since then I've been like, oh, I really want to talk about it. But there's always that fear that people will say, oh, well, you know, you've just done an ad, so it's part of your ad. So I wanted to leave enough time between when I did some paid work with them and when I talked about it, just completely off my own bat. This is a gel that, look at that, it just feels completely and utterly weightless on the skin. There is no oily residue, there is no stickiness. I have never quite felt a texture like it. You can't quite believe that it could have anything of benefit in it because it's so completely lightweight. There's another one that La Roche-Posay have brought out, which is the Hyalu B, I think it's called, one, which feels completely weightless and watery when you put it onto your skin. But then as you massage it in, it's really, really hydrating. That's its USP. But it almost starts feeling like slidey, oily. It's beautiful. But if you have sort of drier skin, if you've got combination to oily skin and you hate the feel of every single sunscreen you've ever tried, then this could be the one. I'm going to do a post on this because I feel like I have to, because I've just never come across, and I test sunscreens all the time and there's always just something, there's always some kind of feel. I don't mind a bit of residue, but I know that so many people are looking for that holy grail of a sunscreen that you cannot feel. I think this could be it. So I am going to do a sort of half face test with this and a few others before I write up my post, but as soon as I've done the post, I'll mention it in another video here on YouTube, and then I'll put the link. So I've been using that loads. And that is my bringing my face back from the brink of despair kind of routine. As I said before, if you want to look at previous routines for my basic, which I have sort of described already, and I've also done a video on YouTube about the most basic skincare routine. If you don't know where to start, if you don't understand what the hell anybody's on about online, because there's so many people saying different things, and I'm probably saying a different thing as well. But if you just want the very basic, you know, cleanse and a really good moisturiser, and you don't know where to start, or you want a sort of all-in-one anti-aging solution that you can whack on before bed and it will just do something, then I will link to that video as well. I hope I haven't gone on too long. I feel like I wanted that to be really short, like 5 minutes, and I'm looking at the clock and it's way over that. But I hope that's been helpful. And I hope that you like these seasonal skincare videos, and I will come back and I will do an autumn makeup one as well. Maybe with the makeup that I've done today, which looks vaguely autumnal. But until then, I'll see you next time.